before.
If you think feeding teenagers are bad, you should see Tammy's grocery list. Now back to the Pet Project with your host, Tammy Trujillo. Down.
And I gotta thank wonderful Ray Holdridge. He is our production director, and he's not kidding. I think we own stock in every pet store in Southern California feeding our brood. All right. Now, Clayton is just not giving up here. He is your CHM Basset Cat. He knows where the mic is. He knows where the camera is. He hasn't stopped purring yet, so his record is intact. And we want you to keep an eye on him. So if you're not with us online yet, please go to CRN and take a look at Clayton, because he's trying to tell you, look at me. I'm just as good as any other cat you've ever met. All right, joining us on the line right now, somebody I am so proud to say is a good friend of mine. We've been friends not a long time, maybe about a year now, but she is... this lady lives and breathes and dies for CH kitties. Her heart is so big, I just don't even know. She is the founder of the CH Kitty Club. She is an adoption specialist. Deb Martin.
Hi, Tammy. How are you?
I am doing super. I am so glad you're on the show with us.
Well, I want to thank you for starting this show, being a big advocate for the special needs animals. And, they need a voice. We need more people out there like you. And there are a lot of people, but we need to get some more people on board.
Well, I'm just here to kind of organize. That was Clayton sneezing into the mic, by the way, just for the heck of it. But, Deb, I mean, you have taken Facebook into a realm that is amazing. How many cats do you think you may have hooked up with homes through Facebook? Can you even guess?
Probably, like just in the past, maybe 2 years, maybe about 400. I would guess, because I do keep a photo library of everybody. I would say about 400.
That is
throughout
amazing.
The country, and then locally here, yeah.
Now let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get involved with CH Kitties? I mean, did you find the first one and say, "Gee, I can help this kitty," or?
Well, I think like how everybody has. They've come across a cat and, oh my goodness, what's wrong with this? My particular situation, I was living in Florida, and semi-feral cats, they always rule neighborhoods. And a female had showed up at my house, and of course me, let me feed it. It's
of course.
hanging out, it's not leaving. Long story short, I had brought her to the a vet locally, and I was like, okay, well, I'll keep the cat. What do you do when you get an animal? You immediately bring it to the vet.
Of course.
Have her tested, get shots, set up for the spay or the neuter.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time when I was there, the vet was, well, no, she's not pregnant. Let me do the combo test, negative. Let's vaccinate her, schedule an appointment. So a few weeks went by, I'd say about 3, and all of a sudden she was acting funny.
Oh, boy.
She wanted to start nesting, so immediately I knew there was going to be babies. So there was babies that were born, and one had a very large head. But that didn't, okay, cat with a big head, okay, everything's fine, they're babies. And then maybe about a week later, I noticed one particular one was not like the rest. And she was shaky, and she couldn't hold herself up, or if she could hold herself up, she would sit in the back of my dresser, because that's where the mother cat chose to have the babies. And,
okay.
And she was shaking, and she would just lean up there, and so immediately noticing we have a different cat. There's something, what's wrong with this kitty?
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I brought her to a different vet than the other ones, and that other vet proceeded with vaccinations to the mother cat. I wasn't going to go back there. And I went to this wonderful doctor. I essentially was bringing the cat, not knowing what was wrong with the kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, poor thing. I guess we'll have to go put this little one down. Let's go to the vet. And this vet was incredible. He knew right immediately, you have a cerebellar hypoplasia cat.
And you'd never heard of this before.
Yeah, it's like, okay, right. What's that?
Sounds very scary, that's what.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, and he looked at Will and I, and looked at us, and he could see that we were caring, compassionate people and suckers.
Yeah.
And so he proceeded in telling us about cerebellar hypoplasia, that that her cerebellum was not fully developed, and she's going to have a time learning to compensate for the disability of being a wobbly cat. Some are mild to severe, and so while we're at the office, Will, he said, okay, he goes, well, the only thing she has to do is learn how to use the potty box.
That's it. That's exactly it.
That's it. So I'm like in fear, like, oh my gosh, this little kitten cannot even walk. How in the world is it going to get to the potty box? But I knew Will was just bluffing. But we got home, and 2 hours later, well, darn it, that cat heard us at the vet's office, and she got to the potty box for the first time.
They can do it.
Visit. Yep.
They can do it. They find ways.
Mm-hmm. So
now, you fell in love.
Oh, immediately. That was our little baby. You know, she needs us. We need her.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, after that, she was a keeper. You know, she could never walk. We didn't care. And so we started keeping her. And then as the mother and the other babies started to, the baby started to get around, and the mother was more mobile. Little Shaky could not get around and feed on her mom. So Will, he took her as his daughter and raised her in the bed for 2 months. Gained about 25 pounds just sitting in bed with that little cat being mom.
Oh, jeez.
And so we kept Shaky, and it took her 6 months to stand up and take her first steps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Clayton, who's on the show with us today. Clay can't stand unless he's leaning against a wall. But, boy, if you lean him against a wall, good luck. Try and catch him.
Right.
And he's figured that out. He has figured out, if I got to go really fast, I got to find me a wall, and then I'm off and running.
Right, exactly. They learn to compensate for their disabilities.
Absolutely, and they don't feel sorry for themselves.
They don't. They have the determination, and as the vet and then the neurologist said, that they do not know that they are disabled.
Oh, no, they don't think about it. This is just how they are. All right, Deb, stand by. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we got to find out how one little cat named Shaky turned into this nationwide effort of yours. You're listening to The Pet Project. Hey, we've got a new phone number. I want to give it to you while I've got a quick sec. 216-369-PETS. Call that number throughout the week. Let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about on the show. Tell us about your fantastic animal. We want to hear from you. And, of course, Clayton, he'll answer all requests for information about CH. He is the Ambassador Cat. Stay tuned to CRN. You're listening to The Pet Project. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
This is